night strolling, far from home, and horizon looking like a sunset dream. Midnight talking, water crashing, evening feeling like a postcard scene. 'Cause it's just us two, dancing with the moon, my arms wrapped around you. Moon is lighting, sea of diamonds, I can tell the difference to your eyes. Morning's coming, we're not rushing, fly with you until the end of time. Wave through a lonesome path. Faces just stop and stare, catching no lights. So I hold you close, no matter where you go. Through all the rain and snow, be close behind. And I hold on, these threads won't come undone if you hold down, carry you home. Holes in my shoes, walking in lines we drew. Said you're just passing through. 6 years have gone, so I hold on. These threads won't come undone if you hold down, carry you. So I hold on, these threads won't come undone if you hold down, carry you home. Clothes on my back, it's yours if it's all I have. I meant every word I said, carry you home.